Miss Tracey?
I can't do this again.
Well, before I'm back tonight, you said you want to Jason her.
I can.
What do you mean again?
Ezra was drowned less than a year ago.
Okay, I understand.
I cannot do this again.
Is this your grandchild? I'm so sorry.
In the same family.
Newly released body cam video from a case of an infant who died after being left in a car on a hot day in Florida. Her grandmother forgot she left her in the back seat.
I did this. I cannot.
Tracey, is anyone notified?
I can't do this.
Okay.
I don't want to be here when she comes. I can't do this.
Okay.
I'm going to get in my car. I need to just go somewhere.
Well,
Unless you're going to arrest me.
It is a tragic case of a 7-month-old baby who was killed. And in this new video, we hear Tracey Nix admit this was not the first time one of her daughter's children died in her care.
I want to make it very clear that you're not under arrest.
I wish it was.
We also have new video of the emotional moments at the sheriff's office with Nix in the hours after she left her granddaughter in the car. We're on the case presented by Law&Crime. I'm Chris Stewart. We have a lot to break down today when it comes to the new body cam video that we just received in the case involving a woman named Tracey Nix. This was a story that got a lot of attention nationally because it is just so heartbreaking. But before I dive into that, let's talk some true crime news. The Law&Crime docket is your one-stop shop for trending stories, thrilling body cam video, and an exclusive look at brand new shows and podcasts from the faces that you know and love here at Law&Crime. You can sign up for our docket newsletter by scanning the QR code that you see here, or you can click on the link in our description and the pinned comment right under this video. At the beginning of June, we'll pick 10 new docket subscribers, and we will send you a Law&Crime hat. Winners will be announced in the newsletter. Let's get to this case involving Tracey Nix now. This was a story that is as shocking as it is tragic. Here's the backstory that will lead up to what you'll watch in this new body cam video. Grandma Tracey Nix had her 7-month-old grandchild Uriel Shock in her care. Nix came home from lunch and left Uriel in the car on a day where temperatures in rural Hardee County, Florida, which is east of Sarasota, reached the 90s. Here's the body cam video of a deputy who finds Nix after the child was pulled from the car.
No, who's in charge of the child?
He said his wife parked his vehicle up front, went inside. He doesn't know how long it wasn't running.
Okay.
Working on the baby for about 20 minutes, and he doesn't think that it survived because it was already warm whenever he got the baby out.
Where's his wife at?
Doesn't know. That's what I'm trying to get to without digging too deep into it.
Okay.
Tracy, where are you?
We plenty of sheep on her. She could hurt herself.
Tracy, where are you?
Is that her name, sir?
Tracy.
Tracey. Do you know where she could be?
No, I have no idea she was here, and then she walked out.
We need to find her. Her name's Tracey. We need to find Tracey. She's somewhere.
Walking down the road when we were coming up?
No, he's got her. We're good. But we don't know what she might be thinking of us. Miss Tracey?
I can't do this again.
Well, before I'm back tonight, you said you want to Jason her.
I can.
What do you mean again?
Ezra was drowned less than a year ago.
Okay, I understand.
I cannot do this again.
Is this your grandchild? I'm so sorry.
In the same family.
I am so sorry, honey.
I can't do this again.
Tracy, do you have any idea maybe how long it's been?
It could have been up to 2 hours. I forgot I had her.
Okay.
I took her out to lunch with some friends. And when I got back, I don't know even what I had on my mind, but I didn't get her out of the car, and I didn't think about it again until I was getting ready to get my other grandson and take him out to dinner. And all of a sudden it dawned to drive in my car. I need to go somewhere. I can't do this.
It's hard to be here.
I cannot do this.
I understand. Well, we also don't want to get in their way, so we're just going to stay right here for right now, okay?
I do this. I cannot do this.
Tracey, is anyone notified?
I can't do this.
Okay.
I don't want to be here when she comes. I can't do this.
Okay.
I'm going to get in my car. I need to just go somewhere.
Well,
Unless you're going to arrest me.
I need to get a statement from you, though, okay? Are you okay to do a statement?
Yes, yes.
Do you want to go back to the sheriff's office and sit with me? Would that be better? I can't let you drive like this.
I've got to go. I cannot stay here.
Do you want to get in my car?
I cannot stay here. I have to go.
So is that okay? If you get in my car and just go with me?
I don't want to face anybody.
Okay.
I can't face my daughter. I can't do it.
I know, honey.
I cannot do it. I cannot. I cannot.
How can I help you right now?
I don't know. I need to get in my car and go somewhere. If you need to take a statement, do it now.
Shane.
Unless you're going to arrest me.
Is your vehicle close by or no? Okay. Look, would it be easier then if you sat in Detective Ward's vehicle?
I cannot be here when she gets here. I cannot do it.
Do we want to sit at the table inside, or?
I cannot.
She don't want to be
I
here,
can't
so
be
I'm asking her
here.
if she just wants us. Because like we can't let her drive in this condition.
can't.
It would be irresponsible.
Well,
So
let's go back. You want to go back
Let
to the
me
office?
drive to the sheriff's office
Sure.
and you follow me.
Well,
And then
can I take you and we'll bring you back?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, we'll do that.
I don't want you driving in this state.
Not at all. Okay, but let's
But I may leave from the sheriff's department. I cannot do this again.
absolutely. But let's get you out of here for now. Let's do that. Okay? Is that okay? Let's do that. Come on, Tracy. Let's go this way.
I cannot do this.
I understand.
I cannot. I cannot. I've got to be gone before they come.
Hole in the backpack.
I've got to be gone before they come.
Yeah,
I can't do
yeah.
it.
Tracy, are you okay to walk to the front, or can
There's my car right there, the red one. I cannot do this.
Tracy?
Please drive me. Take my car. I don't want to be here when they come.
I can't drive your car, Tracy. We're gonna leave your car, okay?
I cannot.
I
I
have to
don't
leave
want to come back here.
Stay right here with me.
I don't want to come back
I
here.
get that, but I can always have your husband come get you from the sheriff's
No,
office.
I don't want to come back here.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
I'm serious about getting in my car and going somewhere.
Okay, yeah, do that. Okay, so for right this second,
I've got to
Right
be
this
gone when
second.
she comes. I cannot be here.
I got you. Okay, I'm gonna have Ward take you. All right. We will figure something out for your vehicle. Don't worry about that right now. Right now, let's just worry about getting you out of here safely and taking care of what we gotta take care of. Okay.
I've got to go.
You can't go in your vehicle, Woody. She can't go in the vehicle.
I cannot be here. She was
You
here.
called somebody else?
I called 911.
Okay, but did you
Please,
call and
let's
you-
not stand here. Let's go somewhere. I don't want to be here.
Shane's pulling his car around right now.
Well, we're getting people up there to make sure no one shows up. But
It's going to be her.
We need to, why don't we just go ahead and get her at 1075?
That's what we're doing. Shane's getting his car and pulling it back. Yeah, I'm hoping
Good minds think alike.
hoping,
Yeah.
Can you text Captain Drake, let him know this call on Kazan Road? I've tried calling him and goes straight to voicemail.
Please get me out of here. Please,
there's like no sense of urgency on that.
please, I don't want to be here.
Come to 51 seconds.
You might have picked up on this in that emotional body cam video. You hear Nix talk about this not being the first time. Less than a year before the death of Uriel, Nix's 16-month-old grandson, Ezra, also died in her care. According to deputies, in December 2021, Ezra drowned after wandering into a pond after going under a fence outside Nix's home. Charges were dropped against Nix in that case. In Uriel's death, Nix was brought to the sheriff's office for an interview.
Sit right over here. Is there anything I can get for you right now?
Kleenex, baby.
Okay, let me grab you some of those. I'm just gonna close the door for privacy, okay? Okay, so this is what I've got right now, okay? Okay, so, one of the other detectives was asking, were you in the maroon vehicle?
I was in the red Lexus.
Got it, okay. 206, 203, it was the red Lexus.
I'm going to just answer you like this, if that's okay.
That is totally fine. Now, what I do need to do is, I'm sorry, give me 1 second.
I wish you'd just put me somewhere, put me in a jail or something.
Well, before we even talk, I want to make sure that you're aware of your rights, okay? So, I have to read them because you're in this room with me, but you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask any questions, and have that person present with you during questioning. If you can afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you before any questioning. And if you decide to answer any questions without a lawyer, you still have the right to stop talking to me at any given time. And you also have the right to stop talking to me at any time until you have an attorney present. So I just want to make sure that you do understand those rights. Okay. So, Ms. Tracey, is there anything else I can get you right now? Some water, anything? Okay. So I want to make it very clear that you're not under arrest,
I
though.
wish I was.
I know.
I just want to be somewhere.
Can I just give you a few minutes and then I'll come back and maybe we can chat? I'm going to do that. I'm going to step out and give you just a few minutes and I'll come back and check on you, okay?
About 10 minutes later, the deputy returns to continue talking to Nix, who keeps her head down as she appears to be coming to grips with what just happened at her home.
How are we doing, Miss Tracy?
I'll never be okay again.
Yeah. Is there anything I can get for you?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Unless you can get my car.
That's something that we can definitely try to figure out for you, see what I can get done.
I cannot stay here. I cannot.
If you could leave, where would you go?
No.
Do you have any other family?
I do. I have family up in Ohio.
Okay. What part of Ohio?
Between Dayton and Cincinnati.
Okay.
I cannot. I just cannot. I can't do this again. I can't watch my daughter go through this again. especially knowing that I was responsible. I just cannot do it.
Do you keep her child often?
Last week I had her 4 days out of 5, but typically I just have her once or twice a week.
Was there anything different about today?
No, except that I didn't expect to have her, and I picked her up and took her to eat with some friends. And somehow, when I got home, I just didn't even think about the fact that I had her. She must have fallen asleep in the vehicle or something. And I heard no noise, and I didn't have anything specific on my mind. It's not like I was rushing in the house to do anything. I just forgot she was in the car. I just forgot. God. I cannot do this. I know my limits, and I cannot do this.
What does that mean, you cannot do this?
I can't do it again. I can't watch everybody be in such pain because of some action of my own.
What's the alternative?
You know what the alternative is. Either that or just drive until I just can't go any further. I just cannot face everybody. I cannot do it.
Okay.
I can't do it.
What's her name?
Uriel Jane. We called her Yuri. She was the most precious child, as was her brother.
What's your favorite thing about her?
She's just precious. She's just precious. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't believe this. I cannot. I cannot believe this.
I know.
I cannot face anyone. I cannot do it. I can't. I cannot.
Okay.
Besides losing such a precious child, I can't imagine Kayla. Kayla hasn't been well since she lost her last baby. I cannot imagine how she's going to handle it.
Your daughter's name is Kayla?
Yes.
How did you and Kayla get through it last time?
She extended grace to me. That's about the only way to put it. She knew that the way that it happened, it was just an accident.
Okay. So what's different about this time?
It's her other child. I can't. Oh, God, I can't imagine.
Was this time an accident too?
It was.
Okay.
But who could do that? Who could do that? Who could have? Who does that?
What do you mean?
Who could forget that a baby's in a car? Who could do that? Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, God.
gonna step out for just a second. I'll be right back, okay?
A few minutes later, a woman comes in who consoles Nix.
I'm gonna sit with you for a little bit, okay? Hey, baby. I'll come back and check on you later. Come here. Raise your head up a minute. Put your neck in there, that'll make it a little bit soft.
You can't do this, Gabby.
Oh, we got to.
I cannot. I can't do it, Gabby. I can't do it. I cannot do this. I can't do it. I can't.
You can't by
No,
yourself.
I can't. And I can't do it here. I cannot stay here. I cannot stay in Wachula. I cannot. I don't know where I'm going, but I've got to have my car because I am not staying. I cannot. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't know how camels are. I don't know.
Nix was charged with aggravated manslaughter. She stood trial this year, and last month she was sentenced to 5 years in prison. A jury acquitted Nix of the most serious charge she faced. That was aggravated manslaughter, but she was found guilty of leaving a child unattended in a vehicle causing great bodily harm. The jury was not allowed to hear about the first instance where her grandchild died in her care. That was the case involving 16-month-old Ezra. Here's part of what Nix said when she took the stand at her sentencing hearing.
I don't know what else to say. I could probably babble on, but the important thing is that you know that I wouldn't hurt your babies. I just wouldn't.
You hear a lot of emotion from Tracey Nix in all of the videos that we're showing you today. But for as emotional as she was, the judge said he wasn't hearing what he needed to for a lighter sentence.
Grandchild urial shock tragedy is not an isolated incident. This is the second. The court watched and heard her interview. I do not believe she's showing remorse. I believe she's showing sorrow. It is impossible for a defendant who refuses to accept responsibility for an offense to show remorse for that offense. Sympathy is not the same as remorse. Sorrow is not the same as remorse. When I look at in the Florida statutes, when I deal with sentencing under 921.02, subsection 1B, the Criminal Punishment Code's primary purpose is to punish an offender. Rehabilitation is subordinate to the goal of punishment. Subsection C, penalty imposed shall be commensurate with the severity of the primary offense and the circumstances surrounding the primary offense. The court does not find that the defendant's sentencing proposal is the best sentencing option. Rather, Tracey Nix should spend the next 60 months in Florida State Prison with credit for time served. The trial court is guided by the code, the sentencing guidelines, and the express purpose for criminal sanctions under Florida law, and a Florida State Prison sentence of 60 months is the best sentencing option.
The 5 years that Tracey Nix was sentenced to was the maximum amount that the prosecution was asking for, even though during her trial, the jury wasn't allowed to hear about the first instance where one of her grandchildren died. The judge did reference that during her sentencing hearing. Now here's what Tracey's daughter and her husband had to say. They are the parents of the 2 children who died in Nix's care, and this is what they said after Nix was sentenced in a news conference outside of court.
That this is what justice is. You had a lot of people that were saying that, you know, what she was saying was true. It was, like I said, it divided the community up, and I think now it will allow us to come together and where you're not butting heads, where we're not fighting over who's right and who's wrong, because now it's done for. It's
ultimately the people that support my mom still in their way supported me. Those faces that were constant in the courtroom were faces that I grew up calling my family. And so as I tried to say in my statement, I didn't lose just my children. I didn't lose just my nuclear family or my parents and this. I lost my relationships across the county, you know, and it's not that they opposed my loss or they felt less for me. But again, the criminal proceedings forced sides, and that was devastating for us. Please go. Right on ahead, look.
Yeah, you talk about, you wish she would have just pled guilty. Essentially seeking that accountability. That's what you guys wanted.
Always.
When this all started. Because this is a painful process.
Absolutely.
And now this is the end of a painful process.
Absolutely.
You're just going to speak to that. All of this is your
Absolutely. Like I had stated before, as a mom, when I forget my son's sports jersey for a game, I feel terrible, you know, and all I want to do is make that right. And I understand in this circumstance, there's no way to make something right, but there was a way to make this easier for us as parents and for me as her daughter. And what I would not have given for that to have been what happened.
It stretched it out for
My dad.
some odd years, and it's, yes.
My dad, you know, the humiliation, the torture he has been through all of this. And despite his position, I do know his love is real. And he has, like he stated, continued with birthday presents, Christmas presents. I've never negated that from him. My dad has done nothing but show up in the ways that he felt were suitable. And I do hope for restoration in that particular relationship, because that is still my dad. I was a daddy's girl always. And I wish that there would have been a better way to preserve our family.
And like I said, our son still asks about his grandpa.
He
He still,
does.
you know, when he came
Where's
over
Pops?
to drop off
Where's
presents during my son's birthday was last month. You know, he hung out with him, but my son, you can tell he missed him, and he was sad to watch him leave because.
But he doesn't understand. And why? What are we gonna say?
I can't explain that to my son. It's still too early for him. It's still too early for him to even take him by where our kids are. It's still, you know, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Absolutely.
Where do you two go from here? I know this is now the moment that you can finally breathe privately.
Yes.
Just, I guess, how do you move on together? Not move on, but move forward.
Absolutely. Well, for today, how we move on is we go back to our business and we pick up our daughter Adriel, and then we go home.
Yes. And when our son gets out of school, which will be in about 30 more minutes, we'll go grab him and
Be a family.
we'll go spend time with him. That's what we've been doing ever since. It's what's kept us together and what's kept us focused was our kids. You know, putting our focus on them, it keeps the
love here.
Yeah.
Keeps the family that we're fighting for tangible.
perspective of what we're going after, what our goal was to begin with when we first got together was our children. Making sure that they're taken care of and that they don't have to worry about any of this stuff. And, you know,
And when the time is ready, we will
Yeah.
provide answers at age-appropriate standards. We are seeking out trauma counseling for our son because it has nevertheless infiltrated his life. He is aware of too many things that we fought very hard to make sure that didn't happen.
we knew it was going to
but
happen
it was
sooner or later,
inevitable.
but, yeah.
And so that's our focus. That's what we do. We go home, we get our baby, we pick up our son, and we go home. And we wake up tomorrow and we go to work and we raise our family. And we mourn.
You talk about coming back together in full circle, you know, hopefully, you know, you and your mom, your dad and all that. But when you walk on that statement and, you know, you and your mom both, we had that interaction of, y'all both said, I love you. As a daughter, that has to be something, you know.
It is something that, despite the actions that I felt misled me from remembering that she felt that way for me, I never forgot that my mother did love me and that she wanted me, and that in her ways she prioritized she loved us, and the way that she showed us did not always translate specifically in this circumstance, but I'm not confused that my mother loves me, and I said that I loved her too because that is true. And there's been times I've grappled with that, we left here today, and I said I struggle with the feelings that I have because it's inevitable. I still love her, and here we are.
Nobody wants to see
But
her
I had to choose.
mother go to prison. That's the
No.
last thing anybody wants to do. But when you draw a line in the sand and you put your family, your family comes first, no matter what, and our kids come first. And, no, I didn't want to do it, but like I said, I can't look at my children.
I have to
and
look my
just-
son in the
yeah.
eye and tell him that we fought for his dead siblings.
Yeah.
I think that is our bottom line, is that one day when we have to answer to Asher specifically, who remembers Ezra, who remembers Uriel, I have to be able to live with myself. And I have to be able to at least say that we fought tooth and nail to make sure that their siblings were not forgotten. And that his loss is profound. Son Asher is a wonderful boy. And we are proud of him. And we're going to, I think, go be with him.
For On the Case, presented by Law and Crime, I'm Chris Stewart. We'll see you next time.